Well, we're here. We're live. Liam is somewhere. He was just in the green room.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one was a little loud. Chance was testing, doing some mic check, sound levels.
How about
before
this?
We went live.
That's the button I meant to press.
Yeah, and Chance keeps cutting in and out for me, but apparently I'm not cutting in and out. Liam's not cutting it for anybody. So in the live chat, let us know if
for me to speak.
Chance, look at him. Look like he's like freezing with really bad facial expressions. So
does anyone else see problems with Chance? Because he's coming in fine for me.
Yeah, we're still using StreamYard, unfortunately.
I know, John.
For shame. All of those super chat halves that you got from the last couple of still haven't bought a proper...
Chance is unbearable for me.
How much to mute Chance?
Like, he's not frozen for you guys right now? Like, he's frozen.
In the chat, does it look like I'm frozen?
Totally frozen.
If they just say yes, Chance is out of sync.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
StreamYard, man.
Yeah. There was another one called something.
Kwaru says everyone looks fine. I trust Kwaru.
I did a podcast with Galaga Guy 88, and
you were cheating on us with other.
See, I try to. Anytime I get invited onto a podcast that's the audience is primarily, they call themselves home arcade people, arcade one up. There's other brands. I don't know what they are. I feel like it's an obligation. It's a mission for me to go spread the good word of the true religion of classic coin-operated arcade machines. So I'm happy to go there and, not tell them directly that they're doing it wrong, but kind of inspire the change in their heart that they need to come to the Church of Jarvis.
Is that better? Am I still choppy for you, Charlie?
We'll see. It's like random every minute or two.
Okay, I just changed some of my StreamYard settings, but again, you are the only person that's like even Fish says that it's good. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
This is technical stuff we should have figured out before going live. Just saying.
We were having the problem before.
You restart your computer.
I already did. Yeah, I just did.
How do you restart it that fast?
I'm good.
We'll see. Yeah. All right, who do we have in the live chat here? We've got Pirate Wiggins. We've got Fish DS9. We got Chance, of course. We have John Kawaru. John Fritz, 1164. I think that's a new name. And Mike JM79, who has saved my rear end several times. And let's see. Heathcliff Hensel, DJM, Billy Bob, and Jenks Arcade. Every time I see it, I want to say Gen X, but I think it's Jenks Arcade, who's been doing some really cool videos lately. A Robotron and was it a Jump Bug, I think? Yeah, doing lots of good stuff. So
sweet.
Here we are. And this is episode 40 of the Coin Jam podcast. I'm joined, as always, by my partners in crime, Chance from Parts Unknown, Liam from Retrobotics, and Kay, who couldn't make it. Chance was calling him out for cowardice. I think he's got a giant pickup. He's going to tell us all about it. As soon as he gets home, he's going to jump on to the podcast and tell us all about this epic pickup that he missed the first however many minutes.
Extremely worth it.
He said it was a bunch of 8-liners.
Hey. We'll see what he gets. I'm sure he's
going to be. It's going to be arcade one-ups. He got a head injury and now he thinks they're great.
Hey man, whatever. It's hard out there, right? Yeah. Got to make that bread. We'll get into this bread. We'll get into this later. I picked up 3 games in 2 pickups this week.
Ooh.
The second pickup, I only meant to buy one. I had only bought one when I went to the pickup, and then the seller essentially strong-armed me into taking a second cabinet. So I came home with 2 instead of 1. And sometimes it do be like that, right? And
So
maybe Kay got forced into taking a couple of environmental discs of Tron home with him.
while we're on the topic of your pickups, can I just call you out for something?
What did I do?
So you just posted a video. I think it was members only. It might still be members only.
Yeah, it's still members only.
No members only. Can I talk about this? Are we allowed to talk about this?
I made a mistake at 8 minutes and did an early reveal. I said the name of the game.
The fact that I had to scroll around for longer than the video was, because I didn't recognize the cabinet.
You what?
I swear to God, I didn't recognize the cabinet.
Really?
Yeah, no, I was
Liam, it was an obvious cabinet to you, right?
Yes.
Like even from the thumbnail.
Yeah. Trust me, I like kicked myself hard after. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't recognize what game it was. I'm perpetuating the problem right now by not saying what game it was. But your little orange cabinet that you just picked up,
Yeah.
having to scroll through that video after like missing it like twice, and then just like I was also half not paying attention. Let's be honest.
Of course.
Yeah,
Thank
I was doing other things, but you did get a view count from me. Yeah, congratulations
that's
on
all
that.
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool little game.
I'm all discombobulated. I'm trying to get to my show notes file here. Here we go. Go here, pull that out of this, move it over.
You know, I could just
Pop it
buy
into
more
this.
time for you if you want to talk.
No, I am really excited because that game, and again, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Number 2 on my most wanted list. I passed up on an opportunity to get number 1 for a good reason. But yeah, Levi and Sean, thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate you checking it out. We're kind of tap dancing a little bit until Kay gets here, but why don't we have Liam give us a little bit of an update? Liam has been a very, very, very busy young man in the month and a half since our last episode. Picked up a bunch of games, fixed a bunch of games. So why don't you tell us what you've been up to, Liam?
Fixed a bunch of games. Where'd you hear that?
I saw one of them in person. I saw you doing it live.
Oh yeah. That. Well, that's not my game, so
It counts.
I picked up, I think, 4 games since last we spoke. There was, from least interesting to most interesting, an empty Super Zaxxon cabinet.
What could be more interesting than that?
Why? Why do you?
Indeed.
Why do you hate yourself?
I have a good reason. And that is the empty Super Zaxxon is going to be made into Super Tac Scan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
I really like the profile of the dedicated Super Zaxxon cabinet, even though the game is, well, Super Zaxxon.
Yeah.
But this one is empty. It's going to get a custom stencil job, and it will be remade to house the Tac Scan board set and monitor I've got lying around. So I'm hoping that will be done next month or so.
I have a clapping sound effect, but I can't find it. So just take this.
How about a sad trombone for Super Zaxxon?
Oh, yeah.
And we also picked up on Wednesday a Terminator 2, which is pretty cool.
Why? What? No. Like the arcade game or the pin?
Yeah, the arcade game.
Oh, with the little Uzis and the... Yeah, okay.
And it pinned Sam against the wall?
Yeah, we were trying to move it, and that game is really large and really heavy.
Yeah. Is she okay?
Yeah. I got it working pretty quickly, and that's in the lineup as well. So that's the first gun game in our collection. So
yeah. Wow, I'm proud of you.
Nice to have a new genre. And after that was on Monday, Tunnel Hunt. Centauri Tunnel Hunt.
What?
You know this one?
Don't you mean Atari Tunnel Hunt?
Why are you buying all these obscure titles?
It's fun. I like fixing weird stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
You wouldn't take a Tunnel Hunt if it was offered to you, Chance?
No. I just don't find interest in the game. I just think it's okay. It's not like...
It's an interesting history. I really like looking inside the cabinet, and it's all Atari in there is really... It has an Atari sticker on the door.
Yeah.
But I've gotten it working, so all I need now is a joystick. So that's been moved into the collection as well.
What is that cabinet made out of?
It's lead.
It's ply. No, it's not plywood, is it?
whatever it is, it's heavy. It's extremely heavy.
So it's not like Atari regular particle board.
It actually, I think that this cabinet definitely shares some Atari design heritage.
Okay.
It's definitely got Centauri make in the bottom, but it's about the same profile as Asteroids.
Okay. Yeah,
without the cutout.
And anyway, yeah, keep going.
So it's so heavy that when I try to put the thing on a cart, I have to throw myself backwards on the cart to get the thing to tilt backwards.
Heave.
It is quite something. And the last one we picked up that I'm very excited about is a Robotron.
Yes.
That is the earliest known Robotron that
What?
anyone has
Like
found.
Prototron. Prototron.
Serial number Robotron?
Yeah, lowest serial.
What?
It predates the blue cabinets, and it had a handwritten tag in the back of the cabinet.
Ooh.
For Robotron main harnessing.
I'm gonna go to the CLOV entry for highest and lowest. Have you updated that yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's off by like 80 something units, and there's a date code in it for, I think it was March 5th, 1982, which would put it about 3 weeks before the game was announced. So that's pretty cool. So I'm hoping to restore that one properly, and I'm very excited to get that done. I'm hoping that I can get the artwork out okay.
See, now on the highest and lowest thread on CLOV, if CLOV didn't have this thing where it locked the OP, the original post 6 months after
there's a
it got
spreadsheet.
posted,
There's a spreadsheet.
I know that. But like forever on May 12th, 2011 was when they first made, who's that? Gibbous first made that thread on
The
CLOV.
spreadsheet linked in the OP is still being updated.
Yeah, no, I get that. But the crappy thing here is that you should be listed on the new lows for that game. On the like original post, but because you can't edit posts after 6 months, like the original post, which is the dumbest thing as far as I'm concerned, it should say edited or at least show the edit history. You would actually be listed at the very beginning without having to go into the spreadsheet. So I just think, sorry.
Alternatively, you can open the spreadsheet.
I know, but I just like calling out that stupid thing on CLOV after the 6 months close, because there's so many things on CLOV that I would update. Like I would have my complete history of my game collection in a thread on CLOV, like I used to have on the CGCC before it finally, I guess, closed down, because you could perpetually edit threads and update things. Or I would go back and like old build threads that I did if I found new things or wanted to add.
You're definitely getting some like old man yells at cloud.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. We like to tell stories that don't go anywhere. Anyway, I think it, anytime I get a chance to call out that the stupidest thing on CLOV, the second stupidest thing on CLOV is that you can't edit posts after 6 months, and you should be on that list. So I'm just gonna go and look you up.
Who did you bump off the list, Liam? Because DJM says in the live chat that Greg from Arcade Impossible had the earliest known
Greg,
Robotron.
He had a video on that, I'm pretty sure. That's old school video.
If it wasn't on the spreadsheet, then I wouldn't know. But I bumped off. It was the blue Robotron that was discovered in Alaska.
Wow. That's crazy, man. That's cool. It's stupid, like Williams in there, like
It's a Stargate cabinet.
Yeah, but they're non-standard serial numbers.
It's a Stargate cabinet that was recut at the factory to be a Robotron. It has a Stargate transformer in the back. It has the Stargate backdoor sheet installed in the cabinet.
Oh, so
and
it is
a Stargate transformer with a matching serial number in the cabinet.
So it is a prototype.
It's something that was done. My suspicion is that it was possibly made for AMOA, given that it
That's what I was going to think.
Yeah. Because when was AMOA that year?
It was announced at the March AMOA. I think it was like March 20 something, and so it was made March 5th. So
wow.
Came in advance.
We're sitting on this. Let's rush it through. Let's get it to the show. Let's see what people think.
What ROM set is on it?
Nothing. It's an empty cabinet. So it got converted to track and field. But thanks to Cinemax, the prototype ROMs have been published. Those are the AMOA ROMs that were shown on video.
And that'll work on dedicated hardware, like no problem.
Thanks to Brad, I've seen images of what the prototype board set would look like. And I've tracked down, thanks to many people on KLove, a matching set of that configuration of boards. So I'll be able to put it back with exactly the type of boards it would have had.
Man, you're kind of doing the Lord's work here when it comes to some of these Atari Williams games. Like, thank you. Appreciate it.
So I'm doing my best to give it exactly the type of restoration that it would need. Unfortunately, the operator who converted it was really going above and beyond, and they bondoed in all of the original control panel holes.
Did you guys see
never seen them do before.
A notification from Kay, and now I don't see anything. Did you guys see that?
Why did he hit a dingo or something?
I don't know. Like there was I swore I saw a notification on StreamYard. I've never seen it do anything like that before, and it's not like he's waiting to get in or anything. But
interesting. So Liam,
all kinds.
Long story short, you're now on the KLove serial number.
Whoa! Here he is.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How's
West?
Sorry,
Texas?
we're talking. We'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
So
of course you're talking. It's a podcast.
Sure. So is this Liam? Is this your first game on the serial numbers list?
No, I have a bunch.
Oh, okay. I haven't checked. I have one, and that is I have the highest serial number of any radar scope cabinet.
I have a few highest, but I also have a few lowest. Inferno, pretty specifically.
That's kind of an easy one. Yeah.
Star Rider, I think, was serial 7.
Ooh.
Tunnel Hunt was serial 32. There's a few low ones that we've got.
I should really just go through my collection and see what I have. Because I
think our Bubbles is the highest.
So I'm in here 16 times.
In the highest and lowest?
Yes.
Really?
So I was the only person to have ever entered Carnival, but then I sold that cab or traded that cab. The only person to have ever entered their Depth Charge, which I then traded. My Dig Dug is the highest. My Dig Dug Cocktail is the highest.
Yeah.
My Donkey Kong Jr. is the lowest. My Future Spy.
Oh.
My Future Spy was the lowest, but I sold that.
Yeah.
My Joust is the highest, and that's got the optical joysticks. I was the only person to ever put one in for Irish Kangaroo.
You put the optical joysticks in that cabinet. It wasn't originally.
It was original because the cutout on the control panel was different.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't, when I bought it, it was a SNK Street Smart, and I'm doing the deconversion process. I flip it over, take the joysticks out, and I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
These are not, there is no oval here. The oval would have been bigger, like wider. It had the cutout for optical joysticks. Yeah. My Missile Command Cocktail that I sold was the highest. My NBA Jam was the lowest, and it was an early cabinet with the weird sort of tray that opened down the front. Pango is the highest. Play Choice 10 dual monitor is the highest. It also has no signs that it was ever a punch out. My Primal Rage that I sold was the highest. My Qbert is the high. One of my Qberts was the highest. I can't remember if that was the one I kept or not. My Sly Spy was the only entry. Tempest Cabaret is the highest. And there you go.
Mine has an asterisk next to it. It says radar scope, line 263. So D. Donaldson has the lowest at 19. I have the highest at 3,758 with a little asterisk saying currently converted to Donkey Kong.
Oof.
Well, that's my 5 slot. My red 5 slot downstairs started life as a radar scope. I found it as a versus Super Mario Brothers, and I wanted a 5 slot DK. It's mine. I own it. It's staying with me for the rest of time. It's not going to anyone else until I'm dead, unless you crack open my mausoleum and pull my remains out of it. I can do what I want with it.
There's one person that has serial number 1.
Mm.
Nash, the owner is named Nash for Liberator.
There are
Does
people
the-
who have serial ones.
Gak
Yeah.
Attack is serial number 1, Paperboy.
Gak has number 1.
Macklemore has Pong in a Barrel number 1.
Yeah.
Road Blaster's Cockpit.
What
number
about
1, Wicked Bass.
Mystic Marathon? Is that
Oh,
on here?
somebody on Caleb got that cabinet from Christina Donofrio. That would be the first one.
That would be the first. Yeah. There's only 4 of those.
Yeah, the dedicateds.
I should put my I'll instantly get lowest and highest if I put my my scramble.
I mean, there are a few games in there that I have the only one that have been placed.
Yeah. Like I've got one of only 2 known Olympia scramble cabinets left in existence. That Italian scramble that I have. Well, 3 known, 3 now. But
And Little Larry Sellers, aka Is This Your Homework, Larry, has serial number 1 for Area 51, and it confirmed it is in the spreadsheet. So good job.
This is your homework.
This
Is
what
this your
happens,
homework, Larry?
This is what happens, Larry, when you upload your serial numbers to the spreadsheet.
Just say the whole line. Say the whole line. You're going to beep it out anyway. That's the best movie that's ever been made.
I'm not going to say the line.
That's also coincidentally the best pinball machine that's ever been made is the Big Lebowski.
It's not the best movie because it's not Rocky 4.
Rocky 4 is like in the top 30 at best.
I've never seen a single Rocker movie.
Yeah, they're not that bad. They're okay. They're not great. The story behind how he made the first one is actually quite fun.
It is,
but
especially with the big poster that they screwed up.
Yeah.
You know that part? Yeah.
I know the story. I just don't care for the movie.
Okay, tell us about this incredible pickup that you just made. Mind-blowing, worth missing the first half hour of the podcast.
How many
Oh my
8-liners
God.
was it?
6.
What, are you serious? There was actually 6 8-liners?
Yeah. Oh my God. Let me tell you.
Oh, I thought you were kidding that you said there was a bunch of 8-liners.
No.
Oh, wow.
So my girlfriend had a gig with her band in Amarillo, which is about 3.5 hours north of here. She
Not to
played
be confused with Armadillo.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which is a fictional town in Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, it is.
She played last night, and we stayed up there and drove back to Lubbock today, where she still has an apartment. She's staying there for a couple days so she can hang out with her parents. And also she has band practice on Monday, so she didn't want to just have to drive back. And I saw a Facebook Marketplace ad for some free machines.
Ooh.
And so they were in a small town that's kind of on the way home, just like a 30-minute detour or so. So I went ahead and grabbed them on the way home because I was going to have an empty truck anyway. And yeah, it's just 6 8-liners. It's
48 lines.
What is the travel time from Amarillo? Amarillo to Lubbock, and then Lubbock to Odessa? Because it's about the same distance between the 3 places.
Yeah, roughly. Amarillo to Lubbock is an hour and a half, and Odessa to Lubbock is 2 hours.
I find that hilarious because like it's basically 45 minutes for me to get from one side of my city to the other, like in the ring road. And people in like the East Coast and everything, they're like, oh, it's so like everything's so far apart. I'm like, go to Texas or Alberta. Like, anyway.
Yeah, you make this drive, you go from West Texas to also West Texas. So,
yeah.
But all 6 of these 8-liners have CRTs, which is the main reason I wanted to go out of my way to grab them. I don't know what condition they are, plugging them in, but none of them look necked or anything like that. So they are.
I was going to say they're all neck toes.
They're complete looking CRTs. From what I saw, they were like Sharp Image and Cortex, but whatever. They're monitors. They didn't look like they had horrendous burn in or anything like that. So more than anything, I went for the CRTs than I did anything else. At least one of those cabinets is horrendously wrecked and I can't really do anything with, but they're just, Cherry Master cabinets or whatever. So I can use them for 16-1 multicade builds.
Yeah, and then you're not.
Also doing the Lord's work in a different way.
Yeah, then you're not like destroying anything specific at that point.
No, and I can take those CRTs and use them in actual games that need them. And what was neat is when I pulled up to the place, I thought I recognized it, and I was right. The guy was actually a previous customer of mine.
Oh,
I went into his little game room, and he's got an upright centipede, a Space Invaders, like a trimline Space Invaders Taito, and a time warp pinball machine that I had worked on before, and his pinball wasn't booting. And so while I was there, since I was picking up these free machines, I decided I'd go ahead and take a look at that for him. And it was just corroded AA batteries and a blown solenoid fuse, and there were no like shorted coils or anything like that. So I just replaced the fuse, told him to replace the batteries, and the game booted right up and played. So fixed his pin for him while I was there. I didn't charge him anything for it, just took the machines as payment. And I found he actually still had the receipt from the last time I worked on his machines still sitting inside the pinball, and last time I was there was 2020. So
wow.
it'd been a little while, but yeah, I was correct. I did remember the place, and I did remember the guy.
Well done.
So yeah, it was worth going out of my way to pick up some stuff that's still sitting in the back of my truck. I'll have to unload tomorrow.
Now you can multi-K one of those 8-liners and sell it back to the same guy.
I mean, if he'll buy it, I'll absolutely do that. One of them isn't a like a Cherry Master. It's an actual just like slot machine type thing that has a control panel I can't do anything with. So I'll probably just part that one out and throw it out front and make some suck on Facebook Marketplace come pick it up. But
I can picture this right now.
I can use.
I can picture this right now. Would you like to buy this? Didn't I give you that for free? Yeah, but capitalism.
It's better now.
It's better.
I upgraded. It's got 60 games.
Yeah. We went from 1 not working to 60. That's a $3,000 upgrade.
That's a 600,000% increase in. But shut up, give me money.
No, but Kay, that was a brilliant move because free's one thing. But the fact that you've got literally inventory at this point. Can't
got
complain.
a lot of inventory.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah.
I have a couple hundred machines in the shop, and I already have a couple of dozen, 8-liner cabinets sitting there waiting to be turned into 16-1s already, but I'll take more.
Look, it's either going to be inventory or it's going to be something that your family's going to have to figure out after you die in the rocket sled. That's my motto. Okay?
It's true. That's their problem. What do I care?
Exactly.
They're not making more CRTs, so get them.
No, they're not. Those are on the shelves.
Sorry, hold on. That's not correct. There is a company in India that is currently making new CRT tubes.
Not that I've seen, unless that's breaking news.
I thought
are they going to be viable for arcade
to a
use?
company that makes the tubes for medical equipment in the military?
I think that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there is a company still making
monochrome tubes. Good luck.
The world is still making CRTs. This episode has gone off the rails. Oh wait, 2016. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're a little
because Thomas Electronics is still making monochrome and color CRTs for the aerospace industry, but yeah, they're the little tiny guys
for nuclear submarines or something.
Yeah, because for some reason better. Anyway,
they're locked in.
I'm watching
Silo. 50-year contract.
Yeah. I'm watching Silo. I know what it's like to put old electronics in an old fighter plane. You haven't seen Silo. That's part of the plot of season 3. Anyway,
what else have you been up to, Kay?
Petting. Can I say this without getting bleeped? Petting his cat.
No.
Cat, that's fine.
Okay.
Just being a cat dad. And what am I doing? Updates? What am I talking about?
Yeah.
What else is new?
I mean, as far as stuff that I bought, I got a Pac-Man and a Galaga. I think that's all I picked up this last month. The Pac-Man's already been fixed up and is up for sale now, and the Galaga plays blind. The cabinet's pretty rough, but we'll get it fixed up. It'll be nice. But that's other than that, and these 8-liners, that's all I've picked up. And as far as content is, fixed the Raven, got it up and going, got a few videos out of that. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot other than that. It hadn't been a whole lot that's been fit to print, but there's always going to be more coming down the barrel.
It's all good. How about you, Chance? What's been going on lately?
Do you want the official version or do you want the unofficial version?
Whatever's fit for broadcast.
Okay, so I got scammed by one of the other guys in 8-Bit Roundup. So I'm out all of my money for that so far. So I'm missing $5,000 in debt because of it. Sue me, because lawyer up. Anyway, that'll get resolved in the next few months. Secondly,
do we need to go break some kneecaps?
Yeah, we do, actually. No, I'm not going to threaten violence. I'm just going to do it the adult way and actually go. My lawyer's already drafting up a bunch of stuff, so it's not a big deal. So long story short, nothing to do with the Stampede. This has everything to do with one of the other. Anyway, I won't get into it, but I'm out all of the money for it. So I did not make a dime off 8-Bit Roundup this year. Secondly, yeah, well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, secondly, in an unrelated matter that has nothing to do with 8-Bit Roundup and something that I was talking about privately with Vanessa and a few close friends before Stampede, I am selling off most of my arcade collection.
I need a soundboard. Hold on.
Wait.
I need a soundboard.
So this is a pickup, but you're not picking
Hold
up
on.
Game. You're
Hold on.
The comedic timing is just
spot
on.
on.
So
okay,
fire sale. We're now doing an auction. Start dumping things into the chat window.
Not yet. So here's what's going on. I've kind of alluded to this in a couple of threads. There was a thread about a Bandito pickup on Claw a couple of days ago, and I made a point of it. Charlie saw something on my Instagram the other day and messaged me, and did you see it too? Yeah, it didn't reply. So, okay, here's what's happening. So I am selling the following things. Now, anyone in there's a couple of people locally in the Alberta market that get first crack at this. When they decide what they don't want, everything else will be going up on the chopping block, except the following. My wife's Tapper, her Turtles, those are staying. My 5-slot Donkey Kong, which will live with me until eternity. My Sheriff Cocktail, which will live with me until eternity. And then I'm pretty much going to keep my Multi-Williams and maybe my Wild Gunman, just because those are really important to me. Other than that, with the exception of anything that I have on location at the bar downtown, because it makes passive revenue for me, which includes a couple of backup games for the bar, everything else will be going up for sale. And everyone's like, well, why would you do that? So there's two major reasons for this. One, I want to start my collection over from scratch. I feel that what I've collected, I enjoyed. I've done the right thing. I've got some really nice games downstairs that I've restored from they look like they were meth addicts before I got to them, right? Like my Ghouls and Ghosts or my Track and Field cabinet. I put some really good work into those. And I feel like it's time, even though I enjoy those games, I can always get another, right? Maybe not my Italian Olympia Scramble, but I can always get another. So I think it's time to move the collection on to various people so other people can enjoy them. I'm just a custodian of these. I can't take them with them when I'm dead, with the exception of the 5-slot Mario Brothers, which will be in my mausoleum, as previously stated. So that's the first thing, is rebuilding the collection from the ground up. I've got a new short list of games that I started working on at Grinkfest 7 after leaving Grinkers in 2019. I know I'm not going to be able to get most of those games, but we're going to... no, don't mute me.
Pow! You also muted yourself. Good job.
I didn't even mute him. I kicked him out. I hit the wrong button and removed him from the stage.
Dang, yeah. Bonus credit.
Now I have to look at a different place on screen to look at each one of you. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's super confusing. It's going to screw up the whole
the dynamic's gone. Yeah. So anyway, so that's kind of the main thing, is just restart the collection, with the exception of some of my favorites and of course Vanessa's games and the games on location. We're going to restart the collection. Oh, look at this. He's just shuffling us around.
Yeah.
Not a feature. It's something you have to kick one of us out in order to. Anyway, so that's the main goal, is to restart the collection. And then the secondary goal is
Move to Hawaii.
well, that's a long future project, but
It does become easier if you sold your entire arcade collection.
that is true. Although I could put them in a sea can and travel, because anyway, long story short, I still have to get sister status in ICG 600.
Sea cans fall into the ocean.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah, well, no risk, no reward. So the other thing is, if Wayne is in the chat, he's gonna love this. I would really like to build a Lotus 7. And for those of you who aren't,
Is that a motorcycle?
it is an open wheel 2-seated roadster. So long story short, Lotus Engineering back in the day, Colin Chapman designed a tiny lightweight sports car, and a company named Caterham ended up years later buying the design for it. You can still buy Caterhams today, Caterham, and they make these. And there's a bunch of other people out there that design and build their own low-cost roadsters based off of the Lotus. Gorgeous little open wheel vehicles. I just want something fun. They're like under 800 pounds, and like they upwards of 100 they started at like 150 horsepower all the way up to like 350, 400 horsepower. Crazy. The power to weight on them is insane. Anyway, Vanessa
Really
and I,
safe too.
they're not. There's a really yeah. They're not the greatest for high speed, but they're track cars. Like if you're British, there's like a whole community around them. There's not so many of them in the States, and there's definitely not a lot of them in Canada. But I just figure, like, you know what? I've taught myself so much. Why not keep going and build myself a car? So I've shortlisted which brand, like MK, Great British Sports Cars. There's a whole bunch of different companies. But anyway, long story short, I am going to hopefully soon design and build my own sports car. Vanessa and I want something that we can go down to the shop with, or go get ice cream, or go for dinner, and just something fun. And so we want to do that before we get any older. So yeah.
There you go. So you're getting out of the hobby.
No, God, no. Oh, you're stuck with me.
Selling all my games and
selling
building a car.
everything. We're gonna have to find another replacement. We just got you too. It feels.
It's like 2 years. I am
Like,
not.
I mean,
We're
selling
gonna have to
going
keep.
does
We're gonna have to
certainly
keep
sound like it.
rotating the fourth guy.
I'm not.
Bobby
going,
Broadway says you're building a hoser buggy.
Yeah, I like that. No, they're British. I am not going anywhere. So I'm going to be in this hobby for a very long time. I might not be in the pinball side of the hobby because those are going. But
you can get 50 grand real fast selling pins.
Is there a 10-game minimum to be in Coin Jam? Well, that yeah. You know what? That still counts. I've got a lot of games, and so I still will be in that 10-game minimum. So, I mean, I've got like 8 games down at the bar right now. So, yeah.
So we'll see Chance next month, and all he's got is
We're refreshing the collection, is what we're doing. That's the official party line.
All he's got is money.
Yes. The best things in life are free, but
I mean, you're smart in getting out of the bottom of the market. So.
Yeah, right. No, I don't care. I don't really care. It's just like I could just go start the roadster tomorrow. I don't really care.
So no pickups, I guess.
No. But look, in October. In October, look to Facebook and possibly Clav for.
No, I expect you to DM
and
me.
Kijiji.
Yeah. We'll figure.
I expect you to DM me before any of that goes on.
Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean,
if Discord.
If you guys want to get like a less than a truckload together, and you guys just want to get half of it, whatever Al and Adam don't take, you guys can just take the first. I know there is one guy who was interested in my Rocky and Bullwinkle pinball machine, and I really don't know what to price that at, because it is quite possibly the best example of a Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends left. And it's
a fun game.
It's a really fun game. I think it was banned by the IFPA because you can't use it in tournament play.
Why?
There's a bonus you can get that just doubles your score. And it's completely random. So it's like, I think that's what it was that finally made it illegal for tournament play in IFPA. It's on their short list of banned games.
It's like non-skill based scoring.
Yeah. And it's just like, because like if let's say you're in the finals and that game was in the finals, and it's you and a couple other guys, and you get that bonus. It's like you just threw them the tournament, basically. So I can see why that'd be the reason. But yeah, but it's literally, I have been quoted by multiple people that it's probably the best example of the Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends pinball machine in existence. So it will be going up on the chopping block very soon. And I know that nobody I know wants that game locally. So,
and it's low key it's low key a football themed game.
Yeah, it is. And it's really, really fun. Like, it's one of my favorite childhood games of all time, and that's why I got it. But, like, I'm good. Let's move on.
There you go. And Cameron, thanks again for the $499 billion super chat donation. If you want to mute Chance or just kick him off the show entirely,
why do we have that?
Our super chats are open. Hey,
when did that become a thing? How did that?
It's called engagement.
Like,
heels get heat. Heels get heat. Heels get pops. There we go.
My beer can is totally not lined up anymore.
Yeah, is that a classic trash can you got there?
Yeah,
is that Ninja Turtles?
That's a Ninja Turtles trash can that I got in like the early '90s. That's legit.
Here's mine.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. That's like the exact same make.
Well, yes, it's a company called.
Is this where you come
to
the podcast showing off trash cans?
Hold on.
It's like Chinko or something like that.
There's no stickers on the bottom of mine.
At least Kay's got it figured out, just playing with the cat the entire time.
I mean, you got to do something.
Like
he's being a brat.
Like Dr. No.
Yeah, I've got what's left of the foot of a Scooby-Doo sticker on mine.
There you go.
Other stickers, but yeah.
This is very enthralling content for the audio
times.
portion.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For me, I've been busy as well.
Huh?
We do. I've been busy as well. I finished my Outrun Mini finally, years in the making. The Outrun Mini, the Outrun Cabaret, totally done. And had some help getting across the finish line from channel member Mike and also from Dell, who he's the guy that sold me this game years ago, like 4 years ago, something like that.
That's not years ago. That's 4 years ago. Years ago would be over 10, but keep going.
It's a long time for a project.
Somebody pointed out. No. Somebody pointed out to me the other day or today that other than like Mandalorian Grogu, which is a horrible film, by the way, movie, not even a film. It's been 7 years since a Star Wars movie came out. Pre-COVID. Yeah. That's years ago.
There you go. I started the Mario Brothers wide body restoration. I have a working game so far. Still a ways to go, but the game is working. And we did on my channel JAMA July. So typically I don't feature many JAMA games on my channel, but in July we did a bunch. And one thing that was really interesting to me is I did a video with Jackal game. It's Top Gunner on NES. Jackal on NES, the arcade version was called Top Gunner. And it got 3 times as many views as Rastan. Condolences to Ty for that, and because that's Ty's favorite game. Did make some pickups. And I got a Donkey Kong Jr. cabinet from Matt, aka SNES Cube 64. Via Taylor. That's how we sort of worked all that out. I'm going to use that DK Junior cabinet for a DK3 build, because I've had that DK3 build for a while that I've been swapping in and out of my Junior cocktail. So excited for that. And also picked up 3 more cabs. I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the show. I made a pickup on Wednesday. This is what's featured in the video that will go to the public tomorrow. It's available for channel members right now. The number 2 most wanted game on my VAPS wanted list. It was free. There's a really interesting story behind this. Liam really helped me out, did me a huge favor. This was a cab that I had seen for sale last year, and they were asking way too much, and then it became offered for free from a on Facebook Marketplace by a well-known
Different-
Flav member.
Sorry, different cabs, or is the exact same cabinet they were asking way too much in
Exact
now?
same cab.
And now
Yeah.
it was free. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
So,
well, it
the
was free
origi-
after being stripped out.
Oh, okay.
Not that stripped, right? It still has a monitor. It still has a transformer assembly. Still has a coin door and a control panel.
It has that giveaway grill on the inside back of the cabinet, so you know exactly which company manufactured it.
Yep. And yeah, it was the exact same cabinet. So awesome guy and a fun video. So that'll be going to the public tomorrow afternoon, or channel members can watch it now. And then, so I did that Wednesday morning before work. And then Friday, I took the day off because, and this will be a pickup video later, I bought a game on eBay for the first time ever.
What?
So, yeah. So,
Whoa.
how many?
Sorry.
Let's see. I had never bought a game on eBay before.
You paid
but
eBay prices for a game?
I can explain.
No,
So this is the 90. So I bought
You better.
90 games before buying one on eBay.
I've never bought a game on eBay, but keep going.
This was another game that was on my, I don't know if it was technically, I put it on VAPS, but it was a game that I wanted. The specific version, I've had this game before and got rid of it because it wasn't the version of the cabinet that I wanted. It popped up in North Carolina on eBay, and I watched it, and nobody was bidding on it because the initial, whatever you can set the initial bid price was $500. I didn't want to pay $500. It's working. It's complete. I offered $300 like 6 hours before the auction closed, and the guy accepted it after the auction closed.
Wow.
So I take the day off because it's, North Carolina, 4 hours away or whatever. So I drive down there, and I meet the guy at his work,
It's like Edmonton
and then
to
I
Calgary.
follow him a mile. So I follow him 1 mile to a storage unit, and it's there, loaded up, and he had a bunch of other stuff in there with one other arcade machine, and he basically begged me to take it. That one won't be staying. That is a duplicate of a cabinet that I already have. But
Are you
hey,
not? Are you just not spoiling the videos by saying what they are right now?
See, he froze.
Are you just? Did you
Correct.
catch that?
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
the way,
Can you just
I mean,
put it
some
in the
people hate it.
Can you put it in the chat, our private chat, just so I know what we're talking about and don't feel left out? Because the other two know what it is.
Yeah.
No, I don't pay attention, so I don't know what it is.
Kay doesn't
I'll
care.
put it right here.
Kay's just here for the memes.
It's probably
Um,
Pac-Man. I don't know.
It's probably, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Watch him put it in the,
Same
in the
popularity.
YouTube chat. Really?
Oops,
That's what it
oops.
was?
But so I do this because, yeah, and the first one is really what I wanted, and the second one he basically made me take because he's like, "Hey, somebody's here." He doesn't have to sell it, doesn't have to do any more work.
He abbreviated it,
Yeah,
so I didn't know what it was. I know what the second one is, and it's
The second part should be pretty obvious. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Stay tuned, kids, because that's going to be a great video.
That's the cool version of that cabinet.
That's the really cool version of
so
that
anyway-
cabinet. Oh, man.
But he figured, hey, somebody's here, they're willing to take it. Doesn't have to do any more work.
Kind of
And
jealous.
yeah, he also had a bunch of cigarette vending machines. If anyone's into that, I already alerted Jeremiah Jackson, and some other stuff like that. But so both of those cabinets, actually, all three of these cabinets fit in my pickup truck with the tailgate closed.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Which, in my opinion, is like the definition of a cabaret. Even the first one is technically not a cabaret, but it's short enough where it fits.
Yeah, but then if you
um,
didn't have a truck that would fit those, we would have to make fun of you for not having a real truck.
Then it's not a truck. I think you could even move those in a Cybertruck. Or what's
Not a Maverick.
is it a Santa Cruz? It's like the
Santa Cruz is the Hyundai.
Hyundai El Camino, basically.
Yeah. The
Anytime
sick
the
kid.
Cybertruck comes up, I have to point out that on the Pinside wiki for vehicles for moving pinball machines, the Cybertruck is the only thing specifically called out as not being able to move anything.
You
Yeah.
can still do it. You
It's
can
like
do it.
the El Camino was the sick kitten of the car industry. Now it's the Cybertruck is the sick kitten of the electric industry. I don't mind them. I think they're actually kind of clever because no one else was going to do it. So props. But yeah, thank you for having a truck that fit those games.
Back to the Future 4 is going to be made with Cybertruck is the time machine.
They will never remake that movie or make a sequel to it. It's done.
You think so?
Yeah,
You think they
little
remade
Maybe.
everything else?
Look.
Everything else gets remade.
You want to fight about this? I guarantee you that in Zemeckis' will, it said that his estate would sue, or like, because his estate owns like the rights to it. I think.
Money.
It's never happening. They are never doing a remake of Back to the Future.
Then someone will
And
do a parody of it or something.
Oh, that's already happened. Haven't you watched Pornhub? That, and then I guarantee you, I did that for.
I was going to say Rick and Morty.
I guarantee you that I said that for Liam's expression. But no, but there's never going to be a Back to the Future 4.
Just like the $1 Million Man used to say.
I
Money
feel like
has a
there will
price.
be.
No,
Yes,
don't
there will
hold your
be.
breath.
There
Don't
will
hold your
be.
breath. No,
They're going to make a Godfather 4.
No, they will not.
They're going to do
There's
everything.
There are certain things that are literally taboo in the film industry to even talk
Nope.
about. It's like saying Macbeth in a theater. You just don't do it. I just used a theater reference to a bunch of arcade nerds. Like, I'm just.
Ugh.
Hey, my dad was a theater teacher. I got that reference.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I slow clap. I don't have a button for it anymore, but slow clap. Well done.
So I'm trying to think of a segue. Eventually, I will have these games in my collection fixed up and moved down to the basement. Our topic du jour, which is our topic of the day, was suggested initially by Random Billy Bob in the channel member Discord, and also I think Marquee Mark added some good pieces to it. But basically, it's what do you do? What's it like to have a party or otherwise invite people into your home to experience your collection? Often these are people who are not, I know, they're not arcade enthusiasts, they're not collectors, they're just normal people, regular people.
that was the wrong button.
What's that like? And then the sort of alternative title is How to Get Kicked Out of an Arcade Party. So I know Liam does this a lot. I don't know how often you do this, Chance. I don't know how often, Kay, you have people coming to your home. You do have a few games in your home. But wanting to know what's that like? What can people expect? There's a lot to get into here. I do first want to say thank you to Arctic Arcade all the way in Norway. I have no idea what the conversion is. I think those are Norwegian kroners. Is that the it's not euros, right?
No.
NOK is Norwegian or crowns.
We need to take a brief interlude.
Krone.
Krone.
Norwegian krones to US dollars. Let's see. I'm
Why
gonna
are you
do a
doing
little
this
bit of math.
live on the air? Why can't you just look this up later?
So
This
that
is
he can give them the proper
59
recognition.
trillion Norwegian krones from Arctic Arcade, who does have a cool YouTube channel, by the way.
Always has
he
to
says-
be converted to American by Americans. Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't know if
Do you know
this
what
is
that
mostly
is off the top of your
American
head?
podcast.
Does
No,
it
but
matter?
like the American dollar is not the end all to be.
It's the
all.
world's
All that
reserve.
matters is
Oh,
that
it actually is.
transfer in a period of time.
Yeah, don't. Care.
So Arctic Arcade says, thanks for keeping me company on my road trip today, going back to sleep as it is 4 a.m. Next cab coming in my arcade, Speed Buggy / Buggy Boy thoughts. I'm not sure I've ever played it. I did get a monitor that had Buggy Boy burn, believe it or not, and I think it was Frog Puppet that realized that that's what it was.
Huh.
But have you guys ever played Speed Buggy or Buggy Boy?
No,
Nope.
not
I think-
once.
I think I know what Speed Buggy is. If it's the game that I'm thinking of, I've worked on one before.
It's a driving game, racing game.
Yeah,
Just-
it's just like an over-the-shoulder, like simple racing game.
Oh,
Nothing special about
But
it
this-
that I can remember.
drawn a
But
blank.
there's two things here that are relevant,
Mm.
that are relevant to the topic, right? One is if you're having normal people, they're going to play racing games.
Fair.
They
Yeah,
see a steering wheel.
1000%.
If there's a gas pedal, a brake.
Most
Normal people
relatable game
gravitate towards
possible.
driving games,
Yeah, most relatable game
especially for
possible.
little kids.
Yeah, you put that on
Little
location,
kids go nuts over driving games.
bank.
But little kids aren't allowed. Get them out.
You'll be rolling in Norwegian krones, right?
But no, seriously.
And then
seriously.
yeah,
Driving games
yeah, and
just make
then
money.
And then the other
I
thing
believe
is-
you, except for the fact that our only driving game up until recently has been Star Rider, and every single arcade party nobody touches.
but That's so bizarre. Nobody knows what to do with it.
Yeah,
right?
that's a
Yeah,
little-
there's
The other
a pretty
thing,
big
though-
difference between like Star Rider and like cruising US.
Pole
No, but hold
position.
on. Time out. Let me qualify this. Games that have a steering wheel, not necessarily handlebars, games that have a steering wheel for some strange, well, not really that strange, for a good reason, those games, like at 8-Bit Roundup at Stampede, far and away the game that made the most amount of money was a dual set of Daytonas that they had. The big yellow cab, Daytona, whatever. And then anything that we had that was anything that we had that was older, like Pole Position and like Badlands and Off-Road, those games just slapped like hard. So yeah, if you got a game that has a steering wheel, with or without a pedal, that actually might something I won't be selling probably is my 1,000-mile rally, because it has a steering wheel. I'll put that on location and make retirement money.
You're telling me that I need to get my my 2 Rush cabinets in a state where people can actually play them for the next arcade party.
I mean, whoa, but no,
People
hold
will play
on.
them.
Let's clear this up. Are you charging people at your arcade parties to play them because the hope is to make money off of them? Because then if not, don't waste your time. No, they're relatable. Like, if you want people to play your games, they're relatable. If it's an arcade party, people better be playing your games when they come over. I'm trying to keep us on topic. But literally, get them to a place where they fit in your collection and are playable and workable. No, but people, they're huge. They're massive. But no, if you have them, any kind of driving game, people will play them, whether it's an arcade party or on location. So yes, good pickup.
The other thing with this is for non-normal people, for fellow arcade enthusiasts. So if you do have a party and maybe it's all arcade people, or maybe it's one arcade person mixed in with all the normies, if they see a game that they've never played before, they're gonna play that game. They're going to say, I've never played Buggy Boy before. Let me go and try it. So like when an arcade person comes into your arcade, Liam, don't they say, oh, Star Rider, I've never played that. Let me try it. They're not going to go and play Ms. Pac-Man.
Yeah, you're right. In my experience, Liam, you have some weird friends. I'm not saying they're bad.
Arcade collectors who've come by.
You have some weird arcade collector. For those of you listening to the audio version, Chance is holding up air quotes. Weird arcade collector friends.
They'll play things that they haven't played before, but things that are still like more known. Like they'll go to Food Fight or like Gravatar.
Yeah, but those are still like uncommon games. Like, how many people have a Food Fight? Okay, not me.
Got one. Have you fixed it yet?
No, of course not. I bought a board for it. I bought everything I need for it, but
Bobby Broadway says he has scientists over, rocket science peoples.
So they spend all their time on Lunar Lander.
Yeah. Oh,
which I no longer have in the arcade, by the way.
Which is too bad, because it's one of the best games ever made on Vector.
I have 3 cabinets in the house right now, and not a one of them works.
Hey,
3 Lunar Landers.
Slight tangent while we're on this. Do you want to know something that doesn't do well on location and literally had $4 in it after 10 days at the greatest outdoor show on earth?
Asteroids?
$4. I'll give you a hint.
In Asteroids. Oh.
Really?
Warlords? Yeah.
My Warlords, for those of you also listening to the radio, I am wearing a Warlords t-shirt. My Warlords 4-player had $4 in it by the end of Stampede. $4. One of the greatest games ever made.
Wow.
$4.
I can promise you, I can do better than $4.
Oh.
I'm sure it did well at Grinkers.
It did. Oh God, I remember sitting around at Grinkers before Steve had to close that place down when we were there for Grinkfest 7, and every single night it would just evolve into us playing, cash on the glass. And a quarter. So you'd put like 5 1s, 5s, 10s on the glass and a quarter, and then you'd play for the money. And so good. Anyway.
Jerry Voluptuous,
the 2-player version.
My Warlords will be for sale.
Jerry Voluptuous with a $999 quadrillion US super chat donation. He says, my Fast and Furious sit down is most popular game when normies and kids want to play. So that only confirms, get those Rush cabinets going, Liam.
You got to think
They're
like
working. They're linked. We played them once, and now they're kind of buried in the garage.
growing up as long as you didn't grow up in the 1800s, growing up, one of the most popular things in like the mid to late 50s and onward, and now ingrained in our brains, is the ability to turn a steering wheel. And it is such an approachable thing for kids. Like, think of how many kids and babies' toys out there are just a steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly, a
the-
lot of people still can't drive. But
Even in the Simpsons opening with Maggie with the steering wheel toy.
Yeah, 100%. So like, it's not lost on me that a driving game will always do good at a private collection in an arcade party or on location. Not a surprise.
So Liam, I think you probably, again, I don't know what Chance does. I'm willing to bet that you have had more. I've never had a dedicated arcade party at my house. I've had people over, but I've never had like a broadcast. This is an arcade party. People come over and play games. But you do that, Liam. So walk us through that experience. What kind of people are showing up? Are there ground rules? Are you like hovering around them? Like,
Yes.
Get that drink off my cocktail. Like what is it like?
Well, first, I like to do it because I feel like it gives something back to the arcade community, right? Like, I've gotten a lot of things from the community. The community's helped me out a lot of times in getting things working and finding these like crazy titles. And I like to be able to put something back for that. So when we put together an arcade party, it's somewhat different if it's like a bunch of friends or like normies versus we get the collectors going in. We've only done a couple of collector parties, and I'm hoping to do another one some point in the future soon. But ground rules, there are coasters everywhere. You put your drinks on a coaster. You do not put them on the games. There are usually like 3 to 4 coasters on every cocktail machine, and there are coasters on tables and things everywhere.
Sorry, is that for rings or scratches on the glass?
Yes.
Okay, both. Yeah, thank you.
I don't want the glass scratched any more than it is. And we usually serve food. Like, I want to be able to make sure that people have food and drinks. So there's a full kitchen in the arcade in room 2. And we'll have food out there and drinks, and just, there are 3 sinks. Wash your hands before you play games again.
Greasy foods, pizza, wings.
Yeah, pizza. Just, wash your hands before you go play more games.
What? Sorry, just to qualify this, when you have people over, how many people over do you have to instill these rules on?
I don't think we've ever had more than 20 people in the arcade.
Okay, yeah, fair. Okay.
I used to think it was a rule of 1 person per game as the maximum capacity, and then we've tripled our machines since that instituted.
Yeah.
So
you don't have like an age limit, like your friends can't bring their kids kind of thing?
Yeah, well, they have to be very vouched for at this point for kids.
Wow,
my kids have been in
the
Liam's arcade.
Really?
My kids have been in Liam's arcade. Yep.
Your kids
they did
classically trained in the use of arcade games.
So that was a horror story from a while
Doesn't
back.
count.
We had
no. My kids weren't a horror story.
No, his weren't.
No, yeah.
We had we were working with someone else at the time. Like, he was our boss, and we had the whole lab over for a party, and he brought his kids. He said he was going to keep an eye on them, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. He said he was going to keep an eye on them.
You can't say no. He's your boss.
Yeah, for the first hour or so, everything was fine. But like you said, I hover around. I'm watching everything, like making sure all the games are still working, making sure nobody's being rough with the machines. Just like talking to people. I turned my back 1 second, and one of his kids grabs a coaster off of Crystal Castle's cocktail. And this is like a slate coaster because they're all laser engraved. And he takes this thing and just starts banging it on the glass of the Crystal Castle's cocktail as hard as he can.
Nope. Oh.
Meanwhile, this other kid is trying to take apart a coin box, and I'm just like, take the coaster, but also like, wow, watch your kids.
20 years in prison.
So then I picked up this
That
child
was
by the
years
ankles
ago,
and then banged them
these kids
on
never
the
came
ground
back,
as hard as I could.
and I'm still suspicious of all children coming in because of this.
So I started blasting.
So you got to get like,
It's like,
Wow.
it's not a common machine. You cannot replace that glass if it breaks.
No.
So you got to get cardboard coasters.
Yeah, why
I'm
do you
wondering
have
because
slate coasters?
I don't expect anybody to use them as a hammer.
Don't
'Cause I have
expect the
rubber
stupidity of
coasters.
humans. Oh my
I have rubber coasters, but my kid
They have rubber bottoms.
made me like
Doesn't
a
matter.
tile coaster
Mhm.
for Father's Day,
Stop
so I
picking
might
up
have to
Landon.
hide this.
Yeah, I would. Look. Okay, Liam, you had me up until I have like gorgeous or like slate coasters.
Yeah,
Like-
stop victim blaming. How was he supposed to anticipate that?
Yeah, no,
It was a weapon.
These
I
things
get
are
it.
pretty cool. Like
I
they
get
are
it.
laser engraved with the QR code for a high score system.
I
So
get
you
it.
just scan them.
I have. Yeah, no, I totally. You don't have to
Yeah,
sell
Your
me
arcade
on
machine was asking for it. It shouldn't address that way. Like that's how you sound right now.
it. Not at all the conversation we're having. But like I just was this how okay, I got to qualify this again. How many arcade parties had you had before this happened?
Several.
Okay, so why didn't you think that cardboard coasters would have been the way?
Because nobody else tried picking up a coaster and smashing it against the glass?
Yeah, maybe I just have a lot lower standard for the common general human population. Even friends of mine, I love them all to bits. Don't get me wrong. A lot of my friends are some of the greatest humans, but like accidents still happen. So like I can just picture in my mind, I'm thinking ahead, like somebody grabs this coaster to move it over to another game, slips out of their hand because it's wet from the condensation of the drink and smashes down on the glass. That would be something that where my brain would go.
I could see that.
Right?
But you shouldn't need to pick it up because there are, again, probably about 50 coasters in the arcade.
Okay.
So did this directly lead to you no longer working for that guy?
No, but his kids were no longer welcome.
How do you have that conversation with your boss?
We just didn't invite him again.
Oh,
My
okay.
goodness.
God. Did he have a
So
fun
he-
time?
I guess.
So here's the story, and I don't know
No.
who's to blame for this, but Liam and I were at a party last month,
Wow.
and it was all arcade people
Mm-hmm.
in a beautiful, just super impressive home collection. And somebody broke the Red Baron joystick.
Oh.
Okay.
Was it,
wait.
what was it original?
It was original.
Okay,
But
so yeah, I'm not
qualification,
surprised.
it had been previously broken, and it
Was
been
it
a
Like
pop-
10 times.
Was it the
It
plastic?
had been super.
Yeah, it was
It
plastic.
was the gimbal.
Oh,
the gimbal
dude.
that broke.
Oh, the game. Oh, okay. So it wasn't
Yeah.
the. Oh,
It was the base of the joystick cracked off.
It had been super glued like a dozen times before. It looked like.
yes. So again, why is he
But
dressing?
somebody
like that?
broke it, and I don't know if anyone fessed up to it. I don't know if
Oh,
anyone
man.
fessed up to it.
Oh, so like it
Wasn't me.
happened and somebody
And to
walked
God,
away.
it wasn't me.
So sorry, this happened. The host found it, and nobody fessed up.
Somebody
to it?
found it. Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Hand to God, wasn't me.
Like I get if you're embarrassed, but
My bad,
like,
guys.
Yeah.
oh,
Thanks,
I
man.
didn't know that nobody fessed up to it.
Well, if somebody did, I didn't hear about it. I mean, it wasn't my parties. Maybe they, did it privately because they didn't want the guys ragging on them. Or
So Liam was
What?
there too.
Yeah.
Liam was there.
And Liam, at what point in the party did you notice that it was broken?
After somebody pointed out that it was broken.
There's a cat tail on Kay's screen. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
3 cats on my desk right now.
I am not surprised. Are they not all yours?
No, they're all mine.
Okay. Wow. So like, okay, so what happens in that situation if you're the host? Like, it's too bad. Let's turn the game off and let's just put a sign on it, walk away.
In this
for now.
case, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Because that's like, that part is broken, prone to break. It's going to fail. You walk into the anticipation of this arcade party happening, knowing in the back of your head your collection very, very well. And you just go, that's probably going to die today.
Maybe.
I mean,
in this case, it was mitigated by the fact that that joystick had already broken
Yeah,
before and
that's
broken
what I'm
in
saying.
the same way.
So,
I
but
think if somebody came to my party and broke my robot joystick and didn't tell me about it, I would have a nuclear meltdown.
I would like to see that.
It's Liam's party, and he can cry if he wants to.
Just out of vain curiosity, and not because I mean you any ill will, but I'd be very interested to see what the bad side of Liam is one of these days. Not directed at me, of course, because I want nothing for the best for you and yours, but that would be very interesting. Okay, so but
let me put it this way: trust me, you don't.
Fair.
You don't want to see him angry.
Again, not directed at me. But okay, so do we share whose party this was?
No.
No, it's not a public thing.
Okay, so then anyway, joystick breaks. What was his response?
Again, he just turned off the game.
That's it.
Took it like a pro.
Yeah, he knew it was coming. I mean, he's repaired it multiple times before he knew it was coming. The crappy thing is that nobody told him about it.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, that sucks.
I typically have 1 or 2 machines go down during parties because those are the only times that I run all the machines for an extended period of time. And among the number of machines we have, it's statistically likely that something's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
A vector.
What's your count now?
We are at just over 50 machines in the arcade.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not like it's even having all of them on and running.
Yeah.
Like you pride yourself on right now, every single thing in your collection is on the floor, is up and running.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Check out this comment from John. He said, I won't bring a machine to CAX. CAX is going on. Yesterday, I saw a guy nearly put his fist through a pinball machine glass because he missed a shot.
I've seen things like that. I work with MagFest. I bring machines there. Last MagFest, somebody pulled, I think it was a Moo Mesa or one of those Konami player cabinets. Somebody was mad enough or totally in the zone on that game enough that they pulled the entire control panel off and ripped the harness in half.
What? How do you do that with 3 steel bolts and holding it down?
That's some nerd rage right there.
That's like Superman ripping in half a phone book. Like
and
you
somebody
can't like
put their fist through a Killer Queen's monitor.
that I can see, but a Killer Queen is okay. But the movie
that's general public too.
Yeah, okay, but like
Not-
a Konami. How many Konami 4-player cabinets have each of you guys built? Like those things are on. Those control panels are on there. Like
0? How many people build Konami 4-players?
Or restore, sorry. But like there's 3 fat bolts holding that control panel down. So here again, I'm just suspicious. Knowing what it takes to get a control panel off a Konami 4-player cabinet, that doesn't sound like it was on there properly. But I'm not gonna. The guy shouldn't have done it for starters. But B, like it wouldn't have happened.
I'll tell you that those bolts didn't fail. It was the blocking inside that failed.
Oh my god. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever had anyone break a game at your house, or maybe a customer coming to your shop, trying something out and breaking a game there?
Thankfully, no. Whenever I have game nights, the worst that's ever happened is like something goes wrong with like one of the pinball machines, and it's usually just like a loose connection in the back box or something, or like the ball gets stuck somewhere. It's something very minor, and it's just something that I take care of real quick while I'm standing right there. But I also only have 4 machines here, so it's not like there's a whole lot to go wrong in the first place. But for customers coming into the shop and trying stuff out, the closest that has ever come to something like that is a lot of times whenever customers come in with their young children.
Oh,
sorry, the cat muted me.
Young children, and then the cat's like, nope.
Yeah, the cat muted me. No, young children will just come in and be completely unattended and running wild. And I try to keep a lid on that. I'm like, hey, I'm not liable for anything that they hurt themselves on, by the way. which usually will make them rein the child in whenever they realize that they can't sue me because I've said that.
Yeah, my insurance does not cover your kid clipping his face on the side of a cup holder on that pinball machine, by the way.
He's like, yeah, if your kid, runs face first and trips, or trips and runs face first into something, or touches something they're not supposed to and electrocutes themselves, sorry, you should be paying attention to them. Contain them to this area where I don't have parts sticking out. But usually, it's just my stuff in the showroom is all the stuff that I've worked on and is up for sale and is all, confirmed to be working and everything. So it's not anything that's going to go wrong on the technical side. It has to be something that they would destroy just testing it. And I'm standing right there while they're doing it. So no one's going to put their fist through pinball glass while I'm standing there, because if they did, then they just bought the game.
Yeah, the expectation of you're going into a store, you're going to break it, you're going to buy it exists. But like on a location or at a show, like this comment from I saw someone kick my super bug. That's like angry inducing.
Well, and Jenks had just finished fixing that game. He was scrambling to get it done. He actually crossed paths with Mark Spaeth for the first time on Clav in that repair thread. It's another story. He got spathed, but yeah, he had just finished fixing that game, brings it to Southern Fried Gaming, and somebody kicks it. It was like when I built that J-Rock Cubert for Mark, stayed up all night to do it, got it, and brought it to his arcade for the grand opening. And the first person who played that game put their drink on the Cubert, which is like this,
ready
like
to
this.
spill.
It's not flat. It's like this, and it was their Starbucks or whatever.
I'm going to call this one out, but I'm not going to name names because he already doesn't like me. We had there's this big.
I mean, I like you just fine.
It wasn't you,
roughly.
I mean,
like's a strong word.
Tolerate.
Anyway, what were you saying?
We have this big pinball tournament in Edmonton every year called YEG Pin, YEG Pin, because that's their airport code, YEG. Anyway, we have this big pinball tournament there every year. And one of the top, this might dox him, one of the top pinball players in the IFPA, we're talking someone who knows better. And that's an understatement beyond understatement.
Does he wear fingerless gloves?
I don't think I've ever seen him do that. He's from Edmonton. I'll give you that. He's from Edmonton. And he is one of the top players in Canada. He should know better. One of the games that was in, I want to say this was in the finals, was Bad Cats. Now, if you don't know a lot about pinball, Bad Cats not a very common game, but it's a really fun game, a very uncommon game. That Bad Cats was owned.
It's uncommon.
Yeah, that Bad Cats, such a cool game. If my recollection is, if I remember this properly, that Bad Cats was actually owned and donated for use to the tournament by a nice old elderly gentleman who him and his wife play and collect pinball machines. One of the people in our community we protect because he's a really nice dude. This gentleman, during, I think it was the finals, drained a ball, or the semifinals, drained a ball, turned around and horse kicked the coin door of the game. Now, I saw the end of that. Not cool. Why on earth would you do that? And now this person also is notorious for doing this. He's done this a couple of times before. Why is something like this, like on this end of the spectrum,
why is it not an instant ban?
It should
Don't
be.
you guys have frontier justice in Alberta?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I don't tolerate justice. I'm a nonviolent human being. But someone who owns a lot of guns and whatnot, I'm still nonviolent. The point is like, why would somebody, here's my question. This has always bugged me for years that I saw after seeing the end of this. Why on earth would somebody, I get like passion, and I understand competition more, I think, than most people know. Why on earth is that something like that going to happen? That should have been like an instant ban and removal. Yeah. Because these are donated games, and that's always bugged me. It's been years. I think that was like 8-10 years ago that this happened, and to this day it still bugs me that he did that and is still allowed to do that. And if there's anyone from the Alberta pinball community watching and knows what I'm talking about, or later will hear about this, that's something that lives rent free in my brain. So anytime I ever see this individual again, if I'm ever up in Edmonton or at a larger pinball thing, it's like, I just, right there, you have the least amount of respect possible, because not so much like you take away the fact that who owned that game, you take away the fact, the rarity of that game, but the fact that you're a competition pinball player, you should know better. So that person lives in a special place in hell in my brain. Anyway, I digress.
On the opposite end of that spectrum, though, I will give a nice quick story that my wife's friend brought her kid over a while back to the arcade to play some games, and apparently talked to the kid before, and like, these are Liam, very important to him. Respect the games, otherwise you'll never be invited back, which is true. And at one point, I saw the kid was playing. I think it was Cubert, and he died. He fell off the pyramid. I saw him raise his hand to try.
You're going to say the kid died.
No. He's about to smack the game, and he stops and like reconsiders, takes his head back,
turns and punches his sister instead.
Good man.
Okay.
So
control yourself.
Kate, what else do you got? Is that pretty much the extent? Because like, you don't have arcade parties, do you?
No, I do have game nights every once in a while, and that does include the game room. But I mean, like I said, there's not a whole lot in there, and usually game nights just evolve into us
Cat
playing WWF No Mercy on the Nintendo 64. That's all we do.
That gets violent.
Yeah, that gets very violent.
Lots of controllers thrown at the screen. Now, back in the day when they were CRTs, they would just bounce off the glass. But now that they're LCDs, it's just, you got to buy another TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad.
How about free play versus quarters? Any of you guys run quarters for parties?
No, only a few of my games take quarters, and that's only because there's no free play option available.
Yeah,
even with Adams from One Circuit, is coin up, one up.
I have a ton of those actually. There's not Adams specific ones, but like the membrane switch idea. Honestly, all respect to Adam, and they're cool. They have a little quarter logo on them, but there's been people who have been doing that for a while.
No. Adams are different. Adams are a little board, and you can do this without soldering, without cutting. You wire it into the start button. You basically make a bunch of like Y connectors, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You wire it into the start buttons. You wire it into the credit switch, and basically it's watching the start buttons, and it has a buffer or whatever. And you press the one player start button, and it sends it credits it up, and then waits 1 second, and then starts the game. Yeah, and if you press the 2-player button, it credits twice, and then starts a 2-player game.
That's a little over elaborate as far as I'm concerned. Like but
it works with 99.9% of games.
Okay.
With so like attract mode and everything.
I just leave a small pile of quarters on the games that require quarters.
Yeah, and see, for me, I've got membrane switches. We have a place up in northern Alberta, Short Circuit Arcade, and Matt made and sold. He got a lot of flack for this because everyone thought he was ripping Adam off. But again, it was just a membrane switch and some Y connectors. He didn't.
Adams is not a membrane switch.
No, well, yeah, but like anyway,
there's
so
no switch at all visible.
It's a board inside.
The little with the little green connectors on it. That I'm not talking about. I'm talking about somebody. I don't think it was Adam. Adam's board is cool because like it works with Konami games, and that's gnarly. But what I was getting at is that the membrane switches. So somebody on Clove, a while back ago, maybe 8-10 years ago, our buddy Matthew up in northern Alberta was selling membrane switches that say free play on the little red or little green stickers that say free play on these little round membrane switches. You basically just fold it through one of the ways into the coin door, either through the edge of the door or through like where the micro switch is underneath the return chute. And those are great. I've got probably every single game in my collection that can use one of those, with the exception of Marble or Make Tracks. Make Tracks it will not work on. for whatever reason. There's a technical reason behind it, but I don't care enough. My Make Tracks has one, but it just doesn't work, so I've pulled it off. Everything has one of those little free play switches, and it resides on the coin door. My red tent, as an example, on both sides of my red tent, right up, and it goes under the little stainless steel plate, and then goes down, and it uses little Y connectors that connect onto the micro switch, and that'll just coin it up. So, you go to put in a coin. Well, no, you see this little green membrane switch, and you tap on it. It's a little adhesive on the back. It's great. So that's my solution. As far as, we didn't talk about arcade parties at my place, did we?
Tell us all about it.
Oh, I just realized I was like, did
anybody horse kicking or donkey punching your machines?
No, they would be gone instantly.
I don't know about that second one.
Yeah, that's a different. You should probably beep yourself for saying.
There's a pretty big difference between like a mule kick and a donkey punch.
And a donkey punch is a completely different thing.
Great band names, but
yeah, Angry Dragon, also a completely different thing.
Also
anyway,
great band name.
Yeah, totally. I love how Kay and I know exactly what we're talking about, but Charlie and Liam are like, Angry Dragon, donkey punch. I don't get it. Look it up, kids.
Just
Google it. Google it.
Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Educate yourselves.
Yeah. Get some. So
what is this? Arcade Outsiders?
Wow. Shots fired. So okay, no. Before COVID, actually quite a bit before COVID, Vanessa and I used to host for our friends and family a summertime arcade party and Christmas themed arcade party. Growing up, when she was a teenager, Vanessa was really big on throwing big events and big parties, especially for her and her friends for their big birthdays. Like, she's got this great story about how she rented out an old warehouse, I think for like her 18th birthday, and they did like a paint party where they were like throwing like paint, like biodegradable kind of. It was like a big thing. Anyway, so Vanessa's really big on throwing parties, and so just before we moved into this place 11 years ago, we would have the odd one at my old place, and then that tradition carried over here because like you got all these arcade games. Let's put on a little mini tournament with your friends. Let's have everybody over. In the history of all of this happening, and it kind of stopped around COVID for some reason or another. After COVID happened,
would it happen to be possibly the prohibition on parties?
No. It wasn't. Well, okay, yeah. During COVID, there was the prohibition on parties, but surprisingly, after COVID was no longer really a big deal, we never really fired them up again. Like, a lot of our friends have kids. We're the only ones pretty much that aren't married and have kids or whatnot. But we've always had friends and family over for arcade parties. Maybe 20 people, 25 people is the max. Okay. Usually the one in the middle of summer would be for my birthday around, the end of July. And then one would happen just before Christmas. We would have a Christmas party. But yeah, now since COVID, we really haven't done them. I think they just kind of fell off the map and we didn't really ever do them again. But we did, in all the years that we did do this, we did have one incident. And I feel bad about calling him out, so I won't, again, name names. But one of my best friends, his kid, he has 2 kids now, but his son was young at the time. And this is before we moved into this house. I had just got my red tent, and I had some spares, some buttons and other things. And I learned that night, this is the exact same night that I was switching, Wrecking Crew for Balloon Fight. And I ended up putting the PPUs in backwards and fried the PPUs. And so I was already kind of like personally, like, I should have known better. But again, I'd only had my red tent, I think, for about 6 months, a year at that time. I should have known better. Anyway, put, I think, Mario Brothers and something else in there and kind of, or put, whatever back. And then just kind of left it. And there's probably about a dozen people at this. I only had like 7-8 games at this time. And all of a sudden I hear from across the room, uh-oh. And it's my buddy and his young son at the time. He's too young to have like a full conversation with. Had been on the red tent, smashing away at the buttons, not like egregiously, but busted the cap off one of the Nintendo buttons. Now, this is before Mike did his nice
That's a party foul.
That is a party foul. But okay, here I was already chapped because I broke the game myself. So it kind of softened the blow. Secondly, I knew in the back of my head, because this is before Mike did his reproductions, I knew in the back of my head that there was no way I was going to replace this button easily. And I had a small war chest of buttons because I was collecting everything I could, because this is not long after I'd built my Donkey Kong Ultimate, that purple DK. So I knew how rare they were and how uncommon certain colors were. And it was a yellow button. So it was like, or it was purple or yellow.
The blue ones are everywhere.
The blue ones.
I got tons of the dark blue ones.
Absolutely. Even the dark red and the black is so easy to get. But I was like, I was chapped because it was he had hit one of the 4-player start buttons and just busted it. And I was like, it sucked. But again, like, I just get the voice in the back.
Do you really need the 4-player? Unless you're playing tennis, you don't need the 4-player.
Yeah, but it's the completion of the game. It's the fact that the game got damaged. And then I kind of that's kind of where it first struck me that, like, if you're going to put these things on, if you're going to have these things are going to fail. Things are going to break. You know, you stop kids and their parents from, like, smashing as wildly as they can. Someone's going to save that clip and loop it and make it a GIF. But, like, you stop kids from, like, abusing your stuff. And it was the same when we put things on location at the Stampede both years. You stop them from abusing those things, and you be polite about it.
I'm more worried about drunken adults.
Well, you know what? It's
That
funny.
too.
Like, at the Stampede, here's a really good example. At the Stampede, especially this year, okay? So what the Calgary Stampede doesn't realize is that the vast majority of their clientele coming through the door these days are what's the lowest? Gen Z?
Alpha.
Yeah. So they're just kids. They're teenagers who want to charge their phones. We learned very, very quickly, about 4 days into the Calgary Stampede, that not one of these kids cares a day about a cocktail arcade cabinet. And we had some really nice, we had 8 or 9, a dozen cocktails there, and a nice lounge area. After 4 days of the Calgary Stampede, we disassembled that lounge. We put all the cocktails in the back because they just weren't making money, and kids were using them to, like, eat pizza on. But, like, okay, so here's what I can do. I could call security and say, hey, get that kid off that game with his greasy pizza. Or I could go up to the kid, and I had tons of experiences with this.
Grab him by the scruff of his... I
could, but if I was a kid, okay, what's the thing that I want the most in my life? Do I want some 40-year-old? Yeah. Do I want some 40-year-old kid coming and giving me crap, or like guy coming and giving me crap as a kid? No, I don't. So what I would do is I would go up to those kids that are sitting around. They've moved all of our chairs. They've got their bags and their drinks and everything on top of the Moon Patrol cocktail, or my sheriff, as an example. I would go up to them and go, hey guys, like, look, I'll be honest with you. I should be yelling at you. I'm not going to yell at you. Like, I want you guys to, like, be here, be safe, have fun. Maybe don't plug your phones in and disconnect our games. Like, over there's some other charging locations you can totally
We're actually unplugging games.
Some of the kids were unplugging games. At that point, if I found them with their phone plugged into the thing, I would be like, oh, you plugged your phone into that outlet? Because we had, like, quad boxes for the thing. I'd be like, you plugged your phone to that outlet? And because these kids don't know what arcade games require for power, they don't understand 120 volt versus, whatever. I'm like, oh man, you're going to fry your phone. You shouldn't plug into that outlet. Like, because anyway, so
you
like
lied to children.
Oh, it was great.
Kids are stupid.
Okay, look, little tangent. That actually happened. Our Burger Time. So Steve and Gina from Overtime Arcade in Okotoks, they brought a Burger Time cocktail.
Overtime?
Or not Overtime.
There's a place called Overtime
Retro
Arcade?
Oasis. I'm looking at you while I'm saying that. Retro Oasis in Steve and Gina from Retro Oasis in Okotoks. Charlie, your channel's Overtime, and it literally says it on the screen, which is the Freudian. Anyway, so there was a guy sitting there at the Burger Time with it unplugged, and he had what I thought was his phone plugged into the outlet, because in the lower big four, if you guys remember from our previous video, we had all those little quad boxes and they were run up to breaker panels so we could power the whole arcade. Okay. It looks scary. It's not just a wall plug into the wall, but it looks like it's got some power behind it. I go up to this guy and I'm like, I was in a bad mood, I think, but I wanted to mess with the kid. And I was having fun, like going up to kids going, oh man, I wouldn't have plugged your phone into that outlet. And I do this. I go over to this guy and oh man, like, dude, I'd be really careful with that. And like, I'm wearing my 8-Bit Roundup shirt and I'm just pranking these kids. His girlfriend was on the stairway to the exit right next to that, hovering over top. They must have had a conversation just prior to him unplugging the game and him plugging what now I found out was her phone into that outlet. And all of a sudden from above me on the stairs, I hear, what the it just starts mouthing him off. Like, I told you, you fragged my phone. I swear to God, I broke them up that day. It wasn't intentional, but I was having fun. Like, just
but it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. When these kids were being belligerent about it or having attitude about it, I would kind of prank them a little bit. But for the vast majority of the kids or the families or the moms or the dads or anyone that was there with their kids, they were sitting in the game space where we had a cocktail and they were eating on top of the game, or, you know, if they had their drink on it, I didn't really care. They're cocktail arcade games for a reason. I didn't really mind. We can always clean that glass. None of the glass was brand new anyway. It all had scars of battle from years in an arcade.
You don't want it to get worse.
Yeah, but again, these games are on location. We're hopefully making some money out of them. I would go up to them and I would go, hey guys, like, honestly, like, I should be mad at you guys right now, but like, how about this? And I would take the keys out of my pocket. I'd crack the door open, the coin door open. I'd coin it up for them. I'd be like, if you're going to sit here, at least please don't eat your lunch on top of one of our games. Like, just enjoy it, play it. And I swear to God, more often than not, they were happy that I respected them without yelling at them. Because I saw one of our security guards, one of the Stampede Rent-A-Cop security guards, not one of the regular Stampede guys, but I saw one of them scream at a set of kids. And it was like, I don't want that kid coming back and like putting like his keys into the glass and scratching his name.
Carve his name into your gyrus.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So I said, I would go up to them respectfully. I'm like, look, guys, like, look here, I'm going to do this. Just take your food off, okay? Like, or when you're done, put the chairs back so that if regular public wants to come and hang out and play some games, let them do that, right? And so often, they were so happy that I talked to them like a regular human being. I didn't scream at them, and I took the amicable way into the conversation. And then B, on occasion, not all the time, but on occasion, when I gave them a free play or credit, if I felt like they were really nice and really like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know, like blah, 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 I would coin the game up for them. It happened a handful of times where they would put more money into the game afterwards. They would come back into the arcade and they would play more games. They felt safe. They felt happy. They were in a place where they could enjoy this. It was a group of 5 kids that were sitting around my sheriff one day. This was like day 2. We knew at this point we were probably going to pull the cocktails out at some point. And there were these 5 kids, teenagers, high school kids, sitting around the sheriff. One of the girls sitting on the end of the sheriff on the glass. And I went up to her and I said, hi, could you just maybe not use this as a chair? And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay.
Like, you know, that's glass.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
you're sitting on glass.
It's tempered glass. But anyway, my level of acceptability with this is so much different than yours. Anyway, but I said to her, I'm like, can you please not sit on that? And she goes, oh, I'm really, really sorry. Because like, here's a person of authority coming up to this space. One of them was trying to charge their phones and the other 4 of them were just sitting around chatting. I guess they had Pizza 73. They were eating it. And I said, okay, guys, like, look, I'm going to level with you. What you're sitting on right now, or what you were just sitting on, is a piece of Nintendo history. And they're like, what do you mean? And I said, this game here, and I gave them a little quick 2-minute speech of what Sheriff actually was. And we all know where Sheriff came from.
Went, cool story, bro.
No. I
Okay,
like,
boomer.
Okay, boomer.
hold on. No, in shock and awe, they went from being some of the worst guests we had at that moment in some people's eyes. I cracked Sheriff open. I opened the coin box. I pulled the key out of the side. I cracked the lid open, and I service credited up 4 credits on them. Closed it, locked it, did the whole thing. And I said, okay, look, this game here is the genesis of so many things that your parents have or had with gaming and Nintendo.
Grandparents.
Well, one of the kids was like a Nintendo fan. He said like, yeah, I like Mario, whatever. And so like, And so I was like, no. But
That's probably a perfect impression.
I kid you not, guys. They not only played those credits, but they put another $5 in the game. They put another $5 in the game because they played and enjoyed Sheriff. At first, they thought they were in trouble, but they
And you had them set
enjoyed
to
Sheriff.
a loony per credit.
Yeah, but $5 is $5. So anyway,
they didn't put 20 quarters into it.
all I'm saying is, even though I have this disdain for humanity, generally, it was cool seeing these kids that you would think if you acted belligerent to them, they would be belligerent. No, I treated them like adults. They were happy. We had 100% guest satisfaction at the Calgary Stampede for what I know.
And
100%.
Opening up the cabinet and hitting the service switch is a lot cooler than hitting your change maker a bunch of times.
Yeah. We didn't have those.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well,
so like it's a moment, right? Like you talk to people like they're adults and you set the stand or the expectation, or you catch them doing something. Every once in a while, there'd be a belligerent like ass. You can beep that out. A belligerent ass who would like, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'll just get security. Like we didn't have any of that because generally people were cool, and a lot of them were Gen Zs, Gen Alphas.
Well, and like Liam was saying, there are some exceptions. There are some kids that are well behaved and know how to act. For example, my youngest, who is now 7, when he was 4, he had just turned 4. We went to Jeff Kinder's arcade party in New Jersey, and Jeff also has an amazing collection. His entire I would say 98% of his basement is packed with games. He's got a detached garage packed with games. I've been to his parents' house multiple times. The basement is packed with games. And so what he did was he, I guess, rented a like canopy thing. So he extended his garage down his driveway and had all these games like kind of outside, but at least covered over the top. Anyway, so I took 2 of my kids there, and my youngest, not only was he perfectly well behaved and everything, at 4 years old, he got onto the high score table on Centipede. And the only thing he needed help with was entering his initials.
Wow.
4 years old. Now, obviously, Centipede saves forever the top 3. He didn't get to the top 3, but he made it onto the top 10, which gets wiped every day. But unassisted, because we've got a Centipede here. He had played Centipede before, knew what he was doing. Trackball is kind of, somewhat understandable for a 4-year-old. He got onto the high score table, and that was a hit.
This is that proud dad moment.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
4 years old.
That's incredible. At what age did he learn to walk and point out multisyllabic words?
He's the smartest one, right? So
he still can't do those things, but he can play like a mother.
When he was in kindergarten, when he was in preschool and his sister was in kindergarten, he could read better than her. And it's not that she was behind, it's that he is just and he memorized. I think he has a, what is it? We call it a photographic memory, but it's like what's the right term? Eidetic memory, yeah. Right? He memorizes facts like state capitals, foreign capitals, the orbital period of all the planets and all the names of all the moons of everything in the solar system.
Does he know the capitals of all the provinces in Canada? Because that would be
he only memorizes important stuff.
Oh,
right?
Okay, yeah. Wait,
he's American.
Key that up so you can hit that off.
Bam.
He doesn't know
center
what
of the universe
because he doesn't have to.
Canada City. It's the capital of Canada.
Center of the universe, you guys are, aren't you?
Is there a city in Canada called Canada City?
No.
No? Oh.
Canada.
Lost opportunity.
Canada with a K.
That's a pinball guy. Yeah, so not all kids are, my kids are relatively well behaved. They drive us nuts at home, but they're well behaved in public.
Canada Dry City.
There you go.
No, there is not.
There you go. So what else? Any other horror stories from parties that you've been to or hosted or
there are no dry cities in Canada because they're all alcoholics.
We are, yes, most of us. I don't really drink that much.
I guess stay warm.
Yeah. We make most of your booze. Anyway, you're good.
No other real horror stories for me. Just lots of people being very rough with cabinets, and I'm just, please stop. Please.
Yeah, I had a
download.
buddy, my Playmatic Chance, not long after I got it. It was like he was throwing it around like it was a game on location, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah,
Why?
last party we
Why?
had somebody was yanking bubbles around by the joystick. I'm like, dude, it's an optical stick. You don't need to yank it. So
Yeah, be
Oh.
gentle. Be gentle.
Mm.
It's like people who do this with the controller, like, like moving it like it's a steering wheel on their
Pet peeve
NES.
also is like, I know that a lot of pros are going to knock pinball machines, but I hate it. Just like, please don't bump the machines.
I've come to the level of comfort to know that these games, even the ones that maybe I've babied and like have made home showroom quality, like, okay, my Tempest cocktail arguably is like showroom quality. Okay.
The one that you field stripped and put back together?
Yeah. That thing has a brand new piece of reproduction glass on it. I said to myself, you know what? I can be worried that it's going to get scratched and wipe it down with a diaper every single time, or I can use it as a workbench when I work on my sim. Well, guess what? I use it as a workbench when I work on my sim. It's tempered glass. If I baby the crap out of it, I'll never enjoy it. I think like there's a line, and pinball machines, to Liam's point, pinball machines are, well, even arcade games, these are industrial machines. These are designed, back in the day, were designed to be on location, unattended in most cases, and survive so that the operator could make money. I take some solace in that. Now, do I want some snot-nosed kid putting their keys into the side of my game? Absolutely not. I would stop that in a heartbeat, right?
There's one guest that we regularly have who's so rough on the pinball machines that every time he's there, something breaks.
In the game?
In the game.
The tilt,
yeah, but if
call
the
him
ball,
tilt master.
But if the ball is, you've got a big steel ball flying around under a piece of tempered glass with a bunch of pieces of plastic and tin, like it's gonna break.
But is he just making really hard shots, or is he shaking the game?
Shaking the machine.
No, yeah,
See,
but
that's different. That's
but
different.
making really hard shots, like technically hard shots, because you can't force the ball that much.
You can't be mad at anyone for pressing the flipper button in a way that, like, let's say, breaks a bash toy or something.
Yeah.
But if you're manhandling the machine, that's a little different.
You can manhandle him.
You know what you do, Liam? You just crank the tilt up a little bit more difficult.
No. I turned on the tilt at one point and put it on the minimum setting, and he complained that it was too sensitive.
Just tell him it's a home use arcade.
Here's what you do. Very simple solution. When he's disrespecting your machines, you walk up behind him and you put your arms around and you clasp your arms like this underneath, like right about here.
Yeah.
Get a nice wide base and then overhead suplex.
For those of you listening at
There you
home
go.
to the audio version of this, Kay is describing the Heimlich maneuver.
More or less, but it turns into just an overhead, suplex.
Yeah, if you're strong enough to convert between the Heimlich and the suplex.
It's really more momentum than anything else.
But these games are designed to take some abuse.
Yeah, okay, sure, but that was in a time that abuse could be rectified.
Yeah, fair.
Spare parts are available.
I'm not saying
Like
you're
plastics get fragile after 40, 50 years.
Let's go to the extreme example. Take Inferno. I finally put on original sticks for Inferno, original shells.
Yeah, maybe this is why I feel a little bit more comfortable using reproduction parts in a lot of my stuff, is because I know they're gonna break. Like I almost always get rid of old T-molding. Like the argument with ramps in a pinball machine is the old vacuum formed ramps. Like people say, like, over time the plastic is oxidized and all that. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of new old stock ramps that I've had in my collection for spares for other people that they're going to go up for sale. And like, they're just as good as the reproductions.
Not everything is reproduced.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Like the wheels on the backs of Star Riders.
Or the entire control panel for iRobot.
Yeah.
People have tried. Many people have tried. Nobody has managed to successfully do it yet.
Yeah. Oh, well.
No matter how you look at it, if someone's being
I have
excessive,
a buddy who put an
smack 'em.
iRobot on location, and some kid smashed the control panel. I was just trying to understand why he would risk it like that.
Thank you for being a channel member for 31 months, Charles. All right, everybody love everybody. Everybody love everybody. I think we've covered this topic. Big lesson: watch the kids, and please, if you get invited to a party like this, be respectful of the stuff. Why don't we go around the horn with our closing updates? Maybe starting with Kay. Upcoming plans. What's coming up next on your channel? Things that you're looking for. Things that you're selling. Anything like that. Kay from Prime Arcade.
I don't know of anything in particular that I can point out. Just that there will be more videos coming down the pike of me and my apprentice working on stuff and posting of videos of us doing so. So just check out my TikTok at prime_arcade and watch what we do.
Sorry, does she like you calling her your apprentice?
She is my apprentice because I pay her. She is an actual employee where I have to report her income, pay taxes on it, and everything.
Fair.
She is my literal employee and apprentice.
Fair.
So, what's the HR policy on air office
just gonna not go
relationships?
there.
She tells everyone that she's stooping her boss.
There you go. There you go. Liam, how about you? What's next? What are you looking for?
Oh gosh.
When are you going to make a video?
Right. I don't know. Video will come.
He's saving that question for me.
Video will come when I have nothing else to work on that is more fulfilling, like actually working on arcade games. Let's see. Right now, Tunnel Hunt is in the arcade. It is fully functional except for the fact that I need a Red Baron joystick. If anybody has a Red Baron analog stick, I need one of those. Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters is also working, but it's sitting in the garage right now due to the lack of Hall effect sticks. So I need a pair of those, which is unfortunate because those aren't easy to find. Let's see. I would be interested in Robotron 4-inch sticks with soft Wicco grommets. If anyone's got some of those, I need an original Robotron bezel that's in good shape and an original Robotron marquee. I do have boards hopefully sorted out for that machine.
Can you put the You're not going to put the reproduction prototype marquee?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I think original parts for an original deconversion.
Okay.
I'm looking for a metal Sega spinner knob for TaxScan because I have a Tempest knob on that right now. And I think that's pretty much it, other than my everlasting desire for the rear wheel of Star Rider, which I have never managed to find.
Even though you're using the Super Zaxxon cabinet, you're going to keep it original with the spinner. TaxScan.
Why would I not?
I don't know.
The spinner has a different weight and feel for Sega games.
That's true.
That's not true. Okay.
Is it more like? Is there any other game that used that Sega spinner?
Yeah, the other Sega spinner games.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Star Trek.
Oh right. Okay. I was trying to think. Is it if it's not like Tempest, is it more like? I was thinking Omega Race and Tron, that sort of thing. Anyway,
I just realized my wife's watching.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Omega Race, that's not done either. I still need a seat cushion, the upper back door, some other stuff, but I should be able to build the harness. It's just being able to get to that cabinet right now and devote some time to putting it all together.
And you got space for all those cockpits.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put any of those. I have the 3 cockpits sitting in the garage and
extend the house.
There you go.
Just build on an extension. Get a C-can or 2 and just add them on, and then
get one of those mobile portable classrooms.
Yeah, run some HVAC.
When we were kids.
Yeah.
There was a guy that did that. He built his home arcade out of a couple of those. It's on Clove. Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
My hope is that next month the tunnel hunt will be fully functional and the super tech scan will be assembled. I would really like to play that. So
Yeah,
I would really like to go to your house and play tax scan.
I got to take a trip out there.
come on by.
Drive on down.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, well, it'll be a
Beautiful in the
flight. It
fall.
won't be a drive. It'll be a flight. You live like
It is
an
quite a drive.
18-hour drive.
I have driven up to
That's
Calgary
enough.
before. It is something.
It is a lot more than 18 hours. It is
No,
a lot
it's-
more than 18
no,
hours.
Like
it's-
2 days.
Oh, that's like 24 hours.
No.
Yeah.
To Calgary? Huh.
Yeah.
We're
Let's
really
see.
not that far from the border, okay? I'm 2 hours from the Sweetgrass, Montana crossing.
Yes, and I
Let's
am
see.
like 2 days drive from Montana.
Oh my God, you are. You're not wrong. Hold on. Virginia.
36-hour drive.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I've done it. I know. Okay.
Sorry, time out. Why did you come to Calgary and why have I not known about this?
Because I came to Calgary before that I knew you. I went
Sounds like-
around. I did a whole loop around Canada and the United States and visited 30 national parks. So
That's cool.
Ah, That's gnarly. Huh. Out of like 54, I think you guys have.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow. Did you get
Chance.
badges on all of them?
I got patches, and they were sewn onto a jacket by my wife.
Oh, I got a whole bunch from the National Mall when I was there in 2016. 2014. Anyway, yes, that's cool. Updates for me.
What's next? What's next, Chance? Selling all your games? Moving to
there's-
Hawaii?
That's not confirmed. There is a rebranding coming, but we won't talk about anything more than that. We'll leave it at that.
Will you will have a new name next time?
Not me. I'm not.
Oh,
rebranding
not a
myself.
personal. Okay.
He's gonna change his name to Chase.
Yeah. That'd make it
To
more
make-
convenient for me.
Because then everyone will finally call me Chance. Actually, it's funny. One of the guys I work with, he was just saying in the film industry, I was joking about it, and he's like, everybody calls me Chance. I just met him on the show, and he's like, yeah, everybody calls me Chance all the time. I'm like, good to know it goes both ways. Some new stuff on the horizon. Between now and the end of November, I am stupidly busy. Working on a Netflix show, so I don't really have that much time right now. So
There you go.
Yeah.
And for me, currently working on the Mario Brothers wide body and Jungle King. That's the one that had the sides of the cabinet cut for that 4-player Ninja Turtles bootleg giant control panel. Making progress there. In terms of what I need, not much. There's some MVS carts that I'm looking at. I think I figured out what I'm doing with the Enigma 2 PCB. So not much that I'm really looking for at the moment. I'm still selling a couple of games. I'm selling my Do Run Run. That's in a converted Dig Dug cocktail. That's fully working. That's good to go. And Do Run Run is a fun game, by the way. Also looking to sell the Thief and NATO Defense projects. Those will be extremely cheap. Already sold the Red Baron. The Versus Unisystem is pending. What are the other ones that I got rid of recently? I moved out of the Quarterback was a while ago. I got rid of a bunch of games, making space for stuff that I want. Next video, already available to channel members with early access, releasing to the public tomorrow, is a pickup video I mentioned earlier of my number 2 most wanted game, which I got for free, by the way. And I've been having fun with these sort of monthly themes to do a couple of related episodes. And I think the next big one is going to be Vectoberfest, featuring the Space Duel Upright and the Battlezone Cabaret. So keep an eye out for Vectoberfest coming to a YouTube channel near you. So
some vectors.
There you go. Any alibis? Any last things you guys want to throw out there?
I got nothing.
Not everyone at once. Okay. Well, let me say a special thank you to all of our super chat donors: Cameron Cardwell, Arctic Arcade from Norway, Jerry Voluptuous, and recognizing Charles Klein for 31 months as a channel member. But yeah, guys, I think that'll probably do it here. You've been watching episode 40 of the Coin Jam podcast. I gotta figure out these buttons. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.